This is a bit of a different video. This is some planning work for a project that I've had in mind for quite some time. There is a story written by an artist called Philip K. Dick, now in the public domain. I wanted to take one of his pieces called Second Variety and see what I could do with that. I've also been absolutely obsessed and really digging into AI art and something called Stable Diffusion. In the last week or so, in particular, I've learned a lot about Stable Diffusion, what it can do, and tying that in with my own interests in painting, drawing, that kind of stuff has opened up all sorts of different things. I'm going to show you kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so this program's called Critter, and I'm just going to use it as a sketchbook today to explain what I'm thinking. The story that I'm going to work on is called Second Variety, and it was written by an author called Philip K. Dick, and he wrote a lot of short stories, and plenty of those got taken up by Hollywood and used for movies like Total Recall, Minority Report, and some of those really kind of futuristic concepts have landed really well in movie form. So the story that I want to take is about a post-apocalyptic world in which the Russians and the Americans in particular, I think, are fighting over a world where a nuclear winter has taken hold after bombs have fallen. There is a moon base from which all the operations are run, but there are people on the ground who are fighting, and there are still creatures left over from the beginning of the war that are sort of like artificial intelligence robots called claws, and they seem to have started to follow their own path rather than fighting for one side or another. I want to do an audio narration, which, given my interest in sort of spouting on microphone in front of people, is fine. I'm cool with that. I'm going to try and do the voice acting as well, which is going to be a challenge because that's really not something I've ever done before. I love audiobooks though, and some of the audiobooks that I've listened to over the years, all narrated by the same person, but with all the different characterizations done by that same person. It's fantastic. In particular, I love the Game of Thrones books that were narrated by a chap called Roy Dotrice. I don't know how he did it, but if you can imagine all of the different characters that are in Game of Thrones over the series of books, he managed to put personalities that varied so much all into voice form, just himself, with no special effects or anything. Just fantastic. Anyway, I found that really inspiring, so I want to give that a try. I would like this to be a visual piece of material, so I'm going to do some visual artwork which is based on my own sort of sketches, painting, drawing, that kind of stuff, with the assistance of Stable Diffusion, because that's something that I've been playing with over the last couple of weeks, and it is freaking amazing, to be frank. And I didn't realize until about 20 minutes ago, but this program here that I'm using called Critter actually has a series of plugins, or a plugin that allows a series of windows and dockers to take hold within it, and use the Stable Diffusion engine. So you can basically create artwork using the AI tools of Stable Diffusion within Critter. So I'm going to give that a try as well and see if I can sort of get a workflow going with that. The story itself will have a bunch of assets that I'll have to create in visual form. So there'll be environments. So there's like as I say, a wasteland. There's going to be bunkers. There's going to be sort of underground caverns. There's going to be characters. And I have some ideas for that, how to create characters. Creating concepts for characters isn't too challenging using the tools of Stable Diffusion. You can create one-offs very easily with prompts, but getting those character designs, once you've created them, to be reproducible, that takes a bit of work, and that is something I've never done before, but I've been reading up on and following tutorials on, and that requires the use of something called a LoRa, which is a file that works with Stable Diffusion or is designed to extend the base capabilities of text to image prompts. So basically what you do is you create a character sheet which has got your person from different angles, doing different things or whatever, from the top, from the side, and then effectively you train the AI to understand what that is, and you have a series of text prompts that go with it saying this is a person from the top, this is a person from the side, they're wearing a green t-shirt, they've got long hair, all those kind of things. You train Stable Diffusion to understand that as much as an AI understands things, and then you can just create a text to image prompt which says, give me a picture of this thing doing this person doing a backflip, and it can do it. So for the main characters of the story, I'm going to have to try and learn how to do a LoRa for each one of those, and then I can reuse that character again and again. The environments and stuff, as I say, I don't think that's going to be too bad. I can sort of use some cinematic techniques like depth of field and stuff like that to just have blurry backgrounds when I want it, or I can reuse painted images and then have the characters overlaid on them, that kind of stuff. So that shouldn't be too bad. Obviously, if you've followed any of my videos before, my channel's been mostly about music, so I would like to do a background, set of cues, and probably a main theme. So I've got cues, maybe some sound effects if the story warrants it in certain places. So I've got plenty to go out on that. What else is there? I think the main thing that I need to start with is a proof of concept. So I'm going to take maybe one scene from the story and create a bunch of this stuff for that one scene. Whether that, I probably won't bother using the LoRa in that case. If I've got characters, I'll just I'll try and get stuff that is relatively consistent across 10 or so pictures if I need that many pictures, let's say. But this is kind of where I'm thinking that I can take it. And if this kind of proof of concept works out, then we take it to the full thing, which could be, can't write, this could be a full-length story in video narration format with all the graphics, and then maybe, if it works and if I'm happy with it, maybe it becomes a graphic novel / comic. So that's my crazy project that I'm going to be working on. I'm probably going to take a little bit of time to get the first proof of concept together. If I can get a workflow going that I'm comfortable with, maybe I'll stream some of that. So if you're interested, leave a message in the comments letting me know your thoughts. If you've got any questions of how you think I'm going to tackle things, or any ideas of your own that you want to share that maybe I could learn from, I'd be really happy to hear what your thoughts are. So yeah, I'll see you soon.